This I have came up with a new plan, my friends, and this is what I'm going to do going forward. I'm not going to be able to make videos as much as I used to make, just because of some stuff going on in my life. Not to get too into it, but I was presented an opportunity to control a site of a boys and girls club, and that's really, like I said before, I'm trying to focus on working with the youth, working with people that have addiction problems, depression, people that are going through the dark night of the soul, and people that just need someone to be there for them and know they care about them. So that's what I'm doing. So my goal is to put out like 4 to 5 videos a week. One of those videos will be Losing the Human Mind in the series. One of them will be The Dark Night of the Soul in the series until those are finished. One of them will be things I wish I knew earlier. And then the other two will just be random things that come to me or things that I feel like I should speak about. And that's what I'm going to do today is sprinkle some things in here in this video. What I would like to talk about is a lot of the things I'm getting ready to say, you've heard me say before, but I cannot express to you enough how very important this is that you understand it. This is not serious. What we're doing here is for fun. And I'm going to explain to you how this process will work. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that in this video. The Dark Night of the Soul and the Evolving the Human Mind, which coincide with each other, that is directly linked to that. So I will save that for another video. In the series of Dark Night of the Soul, the process, what it is. Or I might make a whole video on that, just called it. It's going to be a whole video regardless, called The Process. So, but today, again, this seriousness, do not take this seriously. Do not grasp onto beliefs and ideas. Do not let your mind pull you in all these directions. Do not let your mind focus on the worst case scenario. Don't let your mind think there's something wrong, because 10 things could happen to you in a day. 9 of them amazing and one of them bad. And you're going to focus on that one bad thing. And then you will keep replaying it in your head. You'll talk to yourself about it constantly. Could be for a couple hours, could be for a couple days or a couple of weeks. Break that cycle of doing that. You need to absolutely love yourself. Open your heart. This is most commonly referred to as the heart chakra. You want that thing opened. The sooner the better. Focus on that. Focus on loving yourself. Focus on loving everyone and everything. Focus on the positive. Pay attention. This is really what this video is about, but I'm going to touch on it here and then go back into it. Pay attention. And what do I mean by pay attention? I'm going to say a bunch of things here, but they all mean the same thing. So whatever floats your boat. God, source, the universe, higher self, infinity. This thing is talking to you on a daily basis through songs, through other people, through billboards, through posts on Facebook, Instagram, any social media platform you're on. And don't worry, if you're not on these things, you're not going to miss these messages. The wonderful thing is, if it's meant for you, you will absolutely get it. So be very conscious of this. Be very aware that no matter where you're at in life or what you're doing in life, it is exactly where you're meant to be, and it is good. This is good. Reality is good. Reality is for fun. Reality is just to live and enjoy the experience. And how we can pull this off to this extent and make it so effing wonderful, because reality is wonderful. Notice this. Throughout your life, how many perspectives have you had on reality? I've heard people say reality is hell. I can absolutely see why they say that. I've heard people say that this is a prison planet. Hey, or a soul prison. I can see it. I've heard people say this is heaven. Absolutely can see it. I've heard a lot of things people think what this is. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you believe. It would benefit you greatly to flip that perspective and bring it on the heaven side, though. You cannot see heaven if you're focused on hell. Remember that. Also, remember, you are one. The only difference between heaven and hell is perspective. The only difference. So let me explain to you before I get back into the open your eyes, because reality is talking to you, communicating with you. I want to say that, now let's just go into this. So the reality. Okay, let me go back into this before I forget it. The reason that this has to be done this way, the reason why when you were born here, that you were presented this information to make you think this was concrete reality, and the reason why the first part of your life was purgatory, then hell, is to get to this point right now, to enjoy it, to experience paradise. Well, let's just play these things through in our minds, shall we? Let's say you were born here and right off the bat, someone told you, listen, I'm you talking to you, so is everyone else. This is an illusion of sorts. It's not as real as you perceive it to be. And it is just entertainment purposes only. And to enjoy it, to have an experience and enjoy it, and to remember the things you already know. We're playing what would no, not just to remember the things you already know. Like, what if you just came here fully awake? You take it for granted. You wouldn't have the experience of suffering in hell to be able to fully enjoy it. So you think it's real for a while. You go through a dark night of the soul and suffer tremendously. You visit hell, you could say. And then you find yourself, the hide and seek reference, you find yourself, start loving yourself, detach from things, start remembering, and you're in paradise. It's the way it has to be done. It has to be done this way. And the dark night of the soul, and the immense suffering, and the hell, and the deaths, multiple deaths, not really dying. Let me just make sure I'm crystal clear about that. You don't die. Your overinflation of the ego dies bit by bit by bit. So you're dying. And I'm literal about the hell too, by the way. So this is the way it's done. This is why it has to be done this way. So start enjoying every minute of it. And then transmute that shit into positivity, love, and heaven. If I can do it, you can do it. The issue is, though, I have a feeling that the mass majority of the population is going to be forced into this very soon. Not forced into it, because this is what people want. I have a sneaking suspicion that pretty soon the world's going to wake up. And you want to, if you're going through this right now and you're out of it, or are getting ready to get out of it, or are in better spirits where you can help people, I want you to understand that this is a very extremely hard road to go down. It takes dedication. You have to dedicate your life to this for a certain point, and then after it, you just have to be on top of it. So I just want you to be very wary, because this is getting ready to happen. It's happening already, but it's getting ready to happen at a higher level. So, and be very cautious when you're working and helping or dealing with people, to try to guide them, because you need to guide them to be there if you're able to, and understand this, because I was told this before and I didn't understand it until I understood it. Out of 100 people that take this path and this journey, 20% will quit and convince themselves they were going crazy or turn to religion. 50% will be complete charlatans. Complete charlatans. Snake oil salesmen. Another 20% will commit suicide. And 10% will actually come out of this the right way. Now, I'm really hoping that since this is getting on a bigger scale, that those numbers decrease greatly. But this is why we need people out here to communicate with these people and not let them get off track and take a wrong turn. Very important. If you have made it out of the dark night of the soul and you have freed your mind, I want to say congratulations. You are in the 1%. And I'm not saying this is an egotistical thing. You are in the 1%. So now you have realized the point of life is to live. You've realized it's just an experience we're having. It's not serious. We're here to have fun. So what are you going to do with the rest of your life? Could I suggest that you go out and help other people get to where you're at? Because you're already where you're at. You know the difference between over here and where you're at now. Would you want anyone living over there? No. We have to find the others, and we have to bring them to the other side, which is here. So now let's go into I'm just going to touch back on this momentarily, even though the whole video was originally planned about this. I want you to fully understand, notice, and embrace that God, the universe, source, your higher self, or whatever, is directly communicating to you through other people, through billboards, through songs, through anything. Constantly. And the only thing, I'm telling you guys, man, the sooner you love yourself and accept yourself, and the sooner you accept the miracle and amazement of what's really going on here, and the sooner you do that shadow work, and the sooner that you just let go, the better your life's going to be. So, I really want you guys to come here. Follow me. Follow me here. If you need help, I'm here. But the whole damn world's about to wake up. Amazing time ahead, my friends. Amazing time. It's a game of form and the play of life. I'm you talking to you. So is everyone else in this reality. I love you dearly and deeply. So why don't you come wake up? Life's a lot better.